Welcome back, YouTube. It's EmoMax here. Life is going good for me, feeling more positive. My workout is really great. I've been waking up, just constantly creating a good habit of just going to the gym every day, making gains, whatever it be. I basically just started. But anyway, today's video is more about, becoming the best version of yourself, because a lot of people today, especially with social media and everything, you are exposed to so many perfect versions of people, or the normal version, or the best version, but people really don't think about the best versions of themselves, and that could be doing anything you want, honestly. But if you aren't constantly thinking, you're not constantly aware of your situation and striving to become the best version of yourself, you're gonna get caught in this negative train loop. And people, I'm pretty sure you heard this before, it's so easy to be negative, but it's so hard to be positive. And what I'm basically saying today is life is short. It's as simple as adding up everything you do in your life, and then you put that into years and you calculate it. It's like we spend so much time wasted. We waste so much time, and it's kind of unbelievable. Kicking aside like sleep, which is important and stuff like that, but being a robot on YouTube, mindlessly watching videos, searching for that next video to get a laugh, that TikTok to entertain yourself, all that time you spend doing that adds up over the years. For example, let's say you spend, my math's probably not correct, but let's say you spend at least like 2 hours a day watching TikTok and watching like comedians, trying to get a laugh, trying to entertain yourself, which is fine. But if you are trying to become the best version of yourself, you need to start thinking about the time you use. What are you doing? People easily get sidetracked. People easily start becoming negative and looking for things to entertain themselves, and then they ask themselves why they're stuck in their life, why they can't progress in their life, things like that. And they ask themselves, and then they start blaming people or other people. They start blaming their situation. They start blaming anything possible, and they don't blame themselves. I was in that negative loop of blaming others, of blaming the teachers, of blaming my parents, my friends, the people, all the stuff I was around. I kept blaming it, and I never even blamed myself why I was in this situation, or why I was failing this class, or it could be any example. And the moment I started blaming myself and then asking myself, what am I going to do next to become the best version of myself? And I'm not some perfect person. I'm an average Joe, just like anyone out there, watching this video, looking for some motivation. Anyone striving out there. And I am not a normal YouTuber. The reason why I create these videos is to at least show you some awareness. Maybe it'll brush some awareness on you, and you'll start striving forward to becoming the best version of yourself, because it's really different. It's a life mission, becoming the best version of yourself. If you're overweight, if you're not making enough money, don't think about other people's opinions, and start thinking about what you can do, what skills should you learn to start making more money, my workout routine, etc. How can you become the best version of yourself? Because as I said earlier, it's so easy to get stuck in these negative loops. You know, these negative loops, and then there's people. Oh, my device is getting too hot. And then there's people. The people you're around too bring you back into that negative loop, and you just in this constant negative loop of, you know, getting further away from the best version of yourself. And then, am I telling you to be positive all the time? Am I telling you to be some happy go-getter all the time? No. I mean, being negative is a part of being human. It's something we can't, you know, sometimes we just have to do it. But how you regulate it, that's what makes you different from other people. That's what makes you different from other people. And that's the reason why, you know, I make these videos. It's in case if anyone's watching, it doesn't matter, because I'm really trying. I'm really trying to push out there, like, hey, you have the choice to do this, but, you know, start developing better actions and start developing better mental habits within yourself. Stop blaming others and ask yourself first. You know, ask yourself what you're gonna do, what you need to do. And I struggled in my life, like going to college late at age 24, graduating high school and just going straight into the workforce. I thought making money was the only thing. I really thought that was the point of my life. Like, that's the purpose of my life. It could take you 10 years, 5 years to find the purpose of your life, but, you know, that's what's a part of life. That if you don't strive to find your purpose, you're never gonna find it. It could be anything you want, honestly. If it's like making a great YouTube channel, or you know how hard are you going to work to achieve that goal? And it's easy to get lazy. It's easy to get negative. It's easy to just give up. And sometimes people don't want to go through the harsh stuff in order to reach their goal. And they realized, you know, I'm not sure how YouTube works, but most of the people that are famous on YouTube, or, you know, they've been striving, they've been doing it hard, or they got a lucky break and just hit viral for some reason. But the main point of today's video is literally become the best version of yourself. Strive to become the best version. And I'm still trying to become the best version of myself. I am not in the perfect condition. You know, I am not. I want higher. I want to always go higher. Asking myself, is this the highest I'm gonna get? You know, within a year. And time goes by real fast. If you guys don't notice, time does. And that's why I was saying, like, value your time. Think about what you're doing during that time. If it, you know, I understand. It's okay to watch a video. You're not doing anything wrong, but is that video going to help you out? Is that just going to entertain you for now? You know, there's other ways to start gain entertainment. You know, I see it with a lot of kids that I work with. You know, they need their device to be entertained. They always need something, but they're never looking for ways they could entertain themselves. They always just go to being a robot and just like mindlessly watching YouTubes and just like being addicted to that dopamine and just draining your brain cells. They're not even thinking. Like the behavior I've seen is just they need that device in order to, you know, survive in their life. I don't understand why, but I know I'm a victim of it too. Oh man, I know I'm a victim of like getting on YouTube and just mindlessly watching videos. But I always ask myself, why am I watching this video? You know, I ask myself, is this gonna benefit me? And it starts there. If you want to become the best version of yourself, it starts there. You start asking yourself. You don't need other people's opinions. All you need to do is ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do? And a lot of people aren't aware of I statements. And I would use I statements a lot to yourself, because you're like, If you're failing a test, if you're not the greatest weight, if you're failing a test, you ask yourself, why did I fail? What did I do that made me fail? Was it the teacher's fault? No, it was definitely not the teacher's fault. It's because you disagreed with something. A lot of people say, oh, the teacher did this, the teacher sucks, the teacher can't teach. But what did you do for you to make you fail that test? Some examples. You didn't pay attention during lecture. You didn't make enough effort during the notes, during the review. You didn't practice hard enough. You didn't study hard enough, etc. Always blaming. People are always blaming other sources. Don't blame yourself, but ask yourself what you can do next. And for weight loss, it's so simple. It's so simple. I say this every time in my videos. It's so simple, but it's always overlooked. And it's so easy to get caught in those negative loops. That's what I'm talking about, those negative loops. Try to stay away from negative loops. You see your friends being negative, talking about dumb stuff, and it doesn't even apply to you, but you find yourself joining in on the conversation. There's no point. So, again, becoming the best version of yourself is gonna help you succeed in life. It's gonna help you get to where you wanna be. And you're probably gonna ask me, well, when I reach the best version of myself, what's next? Honestly, when you do, let me know. You'll probably be at a better spot than I am. You'll probably be, striving and getting the goals you want. And I really just have to say, forget everybody. You don't have to worry about what people are doing, okay? Worry about what you're doing. I was always, in the past, I was always constantly thinking about other people's opinions, what other people were doing better than me, etc. Always comparing myself, on that emo stuff. I was always comparing myself to other people, and I never really tried to work on myself. I never really tried to become the best version of myself. And I gained weight and etc. and all that negative stuff that comes with being negative about it. So my advice to you is, strive to become the best version of yourself, because life is short. 20 years, 30 years, etc. Are you going to have regrets at the end? And yeah, you will. But I'd rather have less regrets, because every year I was striving to become the best version of myself, and I'm still in the process. I'm not like someone you see. This channel, you're gonna see my development. You're gonna see my emotional development, my mental habits. Because your actions now define what will come, define your outcome. If you have bad actions, such as negative actions in your life, your outcome is gonna become worse. So always try to develop better mental habits for yourself. That could be anything, such as reading a book every day, or reviewing that homework or that assignment. All these things can apply to your life if you just develop a better habit. And it takes time for a habit to develop, but I guarantee you will start becoming the best version of yourself if you just change the way you start looking at things, and you stop blaming others. You start asking yourself what you can do. And that's all I gotta say.